Good afternoon. You're listening to Nihal on the BBC Asian Network, and we're discussing the issue of apparently a British Muslim who has travelled out to Iraq and Syria, has joined up with Islamic State, and has been seen, and this is yet to be verified, has been seen beheading an American journalist. And the question I wanted to ask you today on the BBC Asian Network phone-in show was, how does someone raised here, apparently, become that person who is willing to commit the kind of barbaric act that we have seen? How does that happen? Let's speak to Cal, who got in contact with us. Cal, very good afternoon to you.
Afternoon.
Tell me, do you support what Islamic State are doing?
I support the Islamic State, yes. But let me just make myself clear. I do not condone any kind of beheading or any kind of killing. It's not in my vocabulary, okay? So let me get that clear.
So how do you support... how do you support Islamic State then? Because it seems at the very heart of their ideology is a violent oppression of anyone who isn't Sunni Muslim.
Listen to me, Nihal. First of all, the Western sees them in one eye. But obviously, if you got a box and you see the social media and everything, they do a lot of good things as well, you know. I mean, you just can't pinpoint us and say killing everybody.
So what do you mean they do a good thing? What good things have they done?
I mean, look, Iraq was absolutely destructed by the West first, okay? You see the pictures, I will actually condemn you on this one. We had a chat show about what they've done in Abu Ghraib prison. See, all this kind of stuff and what they've done in Guantanamo Bay, actually relieving the South of the Quran Sharif, this is absolutely wrong. And you put that in the pot now, what do you get? You get angry people now.
But people, wait a minute. Yeah. People in Iraq queued up for hours in order to vote in elections. They want democracy. They do not want the Islamic State, which is, of course, profoundly anti-democratic. Now, of course, Maliki has his issues. He has clearly discriminated against Sunnis, and that has led to a certain extent to what we are seeing right now. But there is a big difference between seeing Maliki as being divisive and supporting a group of individuals who are willing to oppress and murder people they do not regard as being worthy of living, as in Yazidis, as in Shias, as in Christians. I mean, I'm not a Muslim. Cal, do you believe that I should convert to Islam or be killed?
That's wrong. Nobody tells you to convert to Islam.
Well, people have it. Wait a minute, but Islamic State are saying that to Christians in parts of Syria and Iraq. They are saying that to Christians, and you support them.
I support them in my way. But obviously, everybody's got willing to say something, okay? Free speech. What I'm trying to say to you, when before the Americans actually pointed Maliki, before it was, American pointed the same as Karzai. Now,
so you need to speak a bit clearer. Sorry, America did what?
No. When America actually pointed the president of Afghanistan,
right,
and the Iraqis were disabled. They were having bombs regularly. After 30, 60 people die. Used to die every about 3-4 days. I mean, you must have heard other days, haven't you?
So do you believe? Are you saying the solution to what you see as the problems in the region is Islamic State? You say that's the solution?
I think that is the solution. That's all. I mean, if the government can their own people...
But for Christians, for Shias, for Ahmadis, for Yazidis, and in fact for some Sunnis, they are not welcome within the Islamic State. So how can that be a solution? It's going to create more hatred, isn't it?
Well, it has already created more hatred. Think about it.
Yeah, but you support them.
I support them. That's my problem. I support them because what they're doing. I don't support them when they're killing people. I don't support them.
How can you separate? Sorry. Okay. So, what part of what they're doing do you support?
I just support them the things what they're doing is stabilising the country. I mean, as I told you before, I mean, the Western sees them in one eye, but I see them the other eye as well.
Right, tell me how they're stabilising it when now you're having hundreds of thousands of displaced Iraqis who are having to leave their homes in order to escape. How is that stabilising the country? All it's doing is ethnically cleansing the country.
I wouldn't say ethnically cleansing the country. I'm just saying that that is wrong. I've put my hands to that. I mean, they should have knew that, you see. But the reason I support them is because of the policy what the government, this government, Western government, the American government have left behind.
So you support Islamic State because of what the British and Americans have done?
Well, if they haven't got a good track record, have they? I mean, every country they actually...
well, look at Islamic State's track record.
They actually, as I told you before, all the what was going on, they're showing all this kind of beaming all this social media, beaming all these pictures of Islam getting slaughtered, getting this, getting all that. This will happen one day, Nihal, and it does. So, where's the cure of this situation and solution? Sorry.
So you think Islamic State is the cure?
I think it is a cure.
But that cure.
I wouldn't condone any kind of killing, though.
No, but they love killing. Clearly, they relish it. You have a man with a British accent cutting the head off an American journalist.
Hang on, I'll take it back on that. How do you know that he was a British accent?
Have you heard it?
I've heard it. Of course I have.
Right. Does he sound British to you?
No. Let me tell you something now. I've got to a lot of countries, and I actually see people who speak better English than other people living here. Okay? And you'd be amazed. So you just can't just pin the finger at British people. You know, they have good education in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait.
Okay, all right. Well, take it away from him for a second then, before we move on. There are clearly other members of Islamic State who are willing to murder civilians. What do you make of them? How can you condone what they're doing? How can you support Islamic State when they're willing to do things like this? How can you support them in any way?
I mean, that's just up to me. I mean, I see them in
Well, no, I know it's up to you. I'm just trying to figure out how you can somehow say, oh, I condemn them for murdering civilians, but I support them. How can you?
I support...
That's like me saying I supported the Nazis because they make great food or they dressed well. I mean, it's absurd.
Yeah, I just see them in a different way, the way the West sees them.
No, it's not the way the West sees them.
There's so much rubbish coming out from the West media, from the BBC, and that's where you're coming from.
But Cal, it's not the West, is it? It's not the West who is having to pack up their bags and climb halfway up a mountain in searing heat because their fear of their children and their wives and their husbands and their brothers being slaughtered by these people. It's not the West that drove the Yazidis up a mountain. It's not the West that drove out all of these Christians and Shias from their homes. It's Islamic State who did that.
Yes, but who's created the mess in the first place, Nihal?
But who's perpetuating it? Who's making it worse? Is Islamic State... do you genuinely believe, Cal, that Islamic State is making it better for Iraqi people?
Most of the Iraqis actually support the Islamic State.
Really? Then why are hundreds of thousands of them leaving their homes and becoming refugees in their own country?
I mean, have you seen them? Hundreds of thousands moving out.
Mate, have you not seen the film of the refugee camps, the UNHCR, UN High Commissioner for Refugees? So who do you think's living in those? People from Peckham?
No, I don't think people from Peckham. I don't know. I mean, all I know right now, I just see them in different view, and what you're seeing is a Western view. Because I've got a lot of channels I can watch. I can see the Al Jazeera, but there's absolutely different kind of view what you say.
Well, I watch Al Jazeera as well, my friend, and they're not supporting ISIS and what they're doing or Islamic State. Anyway, listen, we have to move on. We have to move on. Let's speak to Rab in Birmingham. Rab, good morning. Sorry, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Nihal.
How are you?